Yeah, that's actually another guideline I wanted to give you, is to be patient with yourself and give yourself a day or two after you work on it to let it settle in and make sure everything's okay, and just to note how you're feeling afterwards. Yeah, if you kind of tend to have a day in between that you need for everything to settle in, you'll probably feel the same.
Okay.
But the other thing with working on yourself, and this is one reason I really wanted to do this, is when I use a tool to work on myself at home, and I do when I think of it and I need it, I don't work the same way on myself as I do on you guys. And so I thought, you know, it's so unfair, because when I work on myself and I can get rid of things pretty quickly when I have a problem, I'm using some different ideas when I do it. So that's the other thing I wanted to share with you, is how to do that. And one of those things is to spend more time on an area or on a trigger point than I would, because I only have an hour with you, usually, and I want to cover a lot of territory. And if something's not giving right away, if it's not releasing, I'll move on. And you could do that too. If it's not releasing, I don't really want you to spend minutes and minutes and minutes, hours and hours on one spot. But you can work on it, move on, and come back to it. Or if you feel like it, you can work on it for longer than, 10 seconds, 30 seconds that I might do when I'm working with you. So you can do a minute, more. It depends. So that's one huge thing that you should take advantage of when you have your own tool and time to use it. Spend the time, if you're sitting there watching TV or whatever you're doing, take the time to really work on any specific area you need and go for it, And if you get sore the next day, if you get bruised, or, if you're feeling differently, then maybe back off the next time, or maybe it's just a different reaction and it's okay for you. I don't know, but play around with it more, hold the spots longer, spend more time, really, work around an area. If it's not just one, if there's one big spot, there might be others around it. So I do that with you, but you can do that more on your own. So that's really key. And take time, spend as much time as you want and have energy for and want to do. Sometimes I will sit for hours and work on myself. Hours. If I'm having a problem, if I'm having like a really bad neck thing or something not normal for me, I might sit for 2 or 3 hours and not work constantly through that time, but maybe take little breaks, but I go back to it and then work on it. And that's helpful to know. And I might work more times in a day. If you're coming to me, you're only coming once, but you can do it several times in a day if you need to really clear something out.